Hello, my name is Daniel Urena, and I'm here to talk about a particular hobby of my interest as a student. Um, it is travel, and although it's pretty expensive at times, I just love doing it because, well, obviously you get to see new things and experience new things, and I'm all for that, especially if you're at a young age. Everyone should do that. And I really do like solo traveling as well. I don't mind solo traveling; just depends where I'm at. And obviously, there's certain rules you have to apply when it comes to solo traveling. However, I'm here to talk about a certain kind of travel that not really many people jump into, especially here if you're an American. It is train travel. And why I call this a hobby? It's not really something that, like I said, people do out of their own will. Many people just take the plane or they drive. Me personally, I prefer taking train, and because one, airports suck, airplanes are just really cramped and squished, and I don't want to be there. I just don't want to be there. And also, when it comes to driving, it's really dangerous. If I'm being honest, like yes, it's nice to like be in your own personal space in your own little middle box, but there's not really much else to it, and you really have to be paying attention to the road. And there's chances of if you're doing an hours long drive and you may fall asleep, and that's not really safe. That's not really nice. And you have to be aware of the drivers, obviously, and that just comes with driving in general. Um, However, why do I choose train travel as in terms of pros? I would say just because you're able to work on the go. You have access to Wi-Fi on the train, and although yes, it may be slower than other forms of travel, it's just generally more comfortable. And then there's a lot more scenery going on, and there's obviously different carts with ones with kitchens, so you can grab food or snacks if you're hungry, unless you pack your own little bento box, which is what I do, and I love doing that. You can also read on the go, and also there's a certain trains there's a cart where there's a lot more windows around the cart, which is like the scenic cart, and you get to see basically all sorts of things here in America specifically, of just how things look, the nature, the things you don't really see every day, especially if you're just going on a plane because you're just in the sky. I also say not only is it comfortable and is it more scenic and is it more convenient in other aspects, if you're a really social person, if you're really extroverted, you really get to see different people come and go, and as each station goes by. Also, sometimes a train will just stop at a certain city for a while. It won't stay there for long, but it just gives you a chance to get off, stretch your legs, obviously, and then if you want, you could explore the city. So, for example, you stop at you're on your way to Chicago, and you stop at Albuquerque, New Mexico. Obviously, not many people are not really gonna go to Albuquerque, New Mexico, unless you have family there. But if you do go and you're able to get the chance, you'll find a lot of cool things that you would have never found elsewhere if you didn't take train travel. A lot of historical things, a lot of historical aspects of America that people really overlook. And that's the thing with trains; they were the heart of America before. And I think it's really cool to just see things like that. And if you have the time, train travel is nice. It's nicer, and it should be taken, especially nowadays when everybody else just drives, and you take it for granted, and you kind of just see other people in your little metal box, and they're in their little metal box while you're driving, and you kind of just you feel disconnected. You don't really see them as people. I would say you're just driving. You're going to your destination, and it's the same thing with cities, honestly. Um, However, I'd like to conclude. Train travel is superior, and I wish America invested more into it. I wish they were also faster, but I mean, we don't live in Japan or Europe, and they just have nicer trains. However, scenery is also a big aspect, and if you're into comfortability, which I am big on, and I love trains for that reason, um, you can get up and walk around and see different carts. There's social aspects to it, so you feel more closer to the people. Not as close as on an airplane where you're crammed, but there's still space around, and it's optional. And with that, I'd like to conclude. Thank you.